life with just 15 minutes of charging. Pixel 3a doesn't compromise on security either. Our Titan M security chip protects your sensitive data on the device, like login credentials, disk encryption, app data, and OS integrity. On the software side, you get the latest Google security patches and updates for 3 years, including Android Q this summer. So instead of getting slower and less secure over time, your Pixel gets better with every update. We think this hybrid approach provides the strongest data protection. And in a recent Gartner report, Pixel scored the highest for built-in security among smartphones. Pixel 3a offers the complete Pixel experience, and we're proud to make it available and affordable to more people around the world. Verizon's been a great partner over the past 2.5 years in the US, and we're excited to be partnering with them again for the launch of Pixel 3a. And for the first time, we're expanding our US carrier partnerships. So the entire Pixel family is now available for sale at T-Mobile, Sprint, and US Cellular. You can also get Pixel 3a from the Google Store and use it on any US carrier, including Google Fi and AT&T. Pixel 3a and 3a XL are available in 13 markets starting today. You can find more details online at the Google Store. We're really excited to have you try it out. Next, Jeff will tell you about our efforts in Google AI. But first, here's a quick look at our new Pixel.
If your head's in the clouds and what a feat for, been stuck on the ground and I'm getting bored. Let's turn up the sound, best quit messing around. Think it's time that we choose. So what you want to do? Come on. You know what it is? Been counting up the minutes and I can't sit still. Not sure when I'll be finished cause I got no chill. Pushing everybody's limits and they're like, for real? They know I'm gonna bring it, but it's no big deal. Cause I'm on the come up. You know,
hey Google, show me donut shops nearby.
Yeah, I'm on the come up. Come on. Think you can keep up? Bring the beat back. For real?
Hi, everyone. Everything from building a low-cost premium device like the one you just saw without compromising on capabilities to developing a truly helpful assistant are all built on a tremendous amount of research and innovation under the covers. And they're examples of what we do at Google AI. Google AI is a collection of teams focused on making progress in artificial intelligence research across a wide range of different domains. We focus on solving fundamental computer science challenges in order to solve problems for people. That includes things like improving speech recognition models to answer questions faster or let you interact with your device quickly, or pushing the boundaries of computer vision to help people interact with their worlds in new ways, as you've seen today. We publish papers, release open source software, and apply our research to Google products. The goal is really to solve problems every day that touch billions of people. One of the things I'm most excited about is progress in language understanding. As Scott mentioned earlier, so much of our daily life depends on actually understanding language, reading traffic signs and shopping lists, writing emails, communicating with the people around us. We'd really want computers to have the same fluency with language that we do, not just understand surface forms of the words, but actually understand what sentences mean. Unlocking that would get us closer to our mission of organizing the world's information and making it universally accessible and useful. In the past few years, we've made major strides. Take teaching a machine to answer questions like this one about Carlsbad Caverns, a national park in New Mexico. Only recently, the state-of-the-art language architecture for language understanding was something called a recurrent neural network, or RNN. RNNs process words sequentially, one after another. They work well for modeling short sequences like sentences, but they struggle to make abstract associations, like knowing that stalactites and stalagmites are natural formations and that cement pathways, for example, are not. In 2017, we made a leap forward with our research on transformers, models that process words in parallel. 1 year later, we used it as the foundation for a technique we called bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. It's a bit of a mouthful, so we just call it BERT. BERT models can consider the full context of a word by looking at the words that come before and after it. They're pre-trained using plain text from the web and other textual sources. To do that, we use a process to train it that's a little like the word game of Mad Libs. We hide about 20% of the input words, and we train the model to guess those missing words. You can actually try this at home with a bit of text that you have. Hide a few words and see if you can guess what they are. That's effectively what we're doing. This approach is much more effective for understanding language. When we published the research, BERT obtained state-of-the-art results on 11 different language processing tasks. Fast forward to today, and we're excited to see how BERT can help us answer more complex questions that are relevant to you. Whether that's getting the flight time from Indiana to Honolulu, learning a new weightlifting exercise, or translating between languages. Research like this gets us closer to technology that can truly understand language. We're now working with product teams all across Google to see how we can use BERT to solve more problems in more places. We're excited to bring this to people around the world to help them get the information they need every day. All this machine learning momentum, though, wouldn't be possible without platform innovation. TensorFlow is the software infrastructure that underlies our work in machine learning and artificial intelligence. When we developed TensorFlow, we wanted everyone to be able to use machine learning, so we made it an open source platform. And while it's been essential to our work, we've been amazed to see what other people outside of Google have used it for all kinds of different things. We've seen engineers at Roma Tre University in Italy parsing handwritten medieval manuscripts. We've seen coders in France colorizing black and white photography. We've even seen companies developing fitness sensors for cows. The work that people are doing is really inspiring to us. It pushes us to keep asking ourselves, how can machine learning crack open previously unsolvable problems in order to help more people? One example is our work in the field of healthcare. We're really optimistic that our research can create real-world impact in medicine by improving solutions and establishing new diagnostic procedures. To share more, here's Dr. Lily Peng from the Google AI healthcare team.
Thanks, Jeff. So as a doctor, what I care about most is improving patients' lives. And that means good care and accurate diagnoses. That's why I was so excited 2 years ago at I/O when we shared our work in diabetic retinopathy. This is a complication of diabetes that puts over 400 million people around the world at risk for vision loss. Since then, we've been piloting this work with patients in clinical settings. Our partners at Verily recently received European regulatory approval for the machine learning model, and we have clinical deployments in Thailand and in India that are already screening thousands of patients. In addition to diabetes, one of the other areas we think AI can help doctors is in oncology. Today, we'd like to share our work on another project in cancer screening, where AI can help catch lung cancer earlier. So lung cancer causes more deaths than any cancer. It's actually the most common cause of death mortality of death globally, accounting for 3% of annual mortality. We know that when cases are diagnosed early, patients have a higher chance of survival. But unfortunately, over 80% of lung cancers are not caught early. Randomized controlled trials have shown that screening with low-dose CTs can help reduce mortality, but there's opportunity to make them more accurate. So in a paper we are about to publish in Nature Medicine, we describe a deep learning model that can analyze CT scans and predict lung malignancies. To do it, we trained a neural network with de-identified lung cancer scans from our partners at the NCI, the National Cancer Institute, and Northwestern University. By looking at many examples, the model learns to detect malignancy with performance that meets or exceeds that of trained radiologists. So concretely, how might this help? Very early stage cancer is minuscule and can be hard to see, even for seasoned radiologists, which means that many patients with late-stage lung cancer have subtle signs on earlier scans. So take this case, where an asymptomatic patient with no history of cancer had a CT scan for screening. This scan was interpreted as normal. 1 year later, that same patient had another scan. It picked up a late-stage cancer, one that's much harder to treat. So we used our AI system to review that initial scan. So let's be clear, this is a tough case. We showed this initial scan to other radiologists, and 5 out of 6 missed this cancer. But our model was able to detect these early signs 1 year before the patient was actually diagnosed. 1 year. And that year could translate to an increased survival rate of 40% for patients like this. So clearly, this is a promising but early result. And we're very much looking forward to partnering with the medical community to use technology like this to help improve outcomes for patients. Now I'll hand it back to Jeff.
Thanks, Lily. The same technologies that you just saw driving healthcare innovation have applications across almost every field imaginable. Our AI for Social Good program brings together our efforts to use AI to explore and address some of the world's most challenging problems. Last year, we announced the program and its 2 pillars: research and engineering, and building the external ecosystem. Let's talk first about research and engineering. One project where we're working that's already creating impact is our work on flood forecasting. Floods are the most common, deadliest natural disasters on the planet. Every year, they affect up to 230 million people across the world, more than storms and earthquakes combined. 20% of flood fatalities happen in India alone. This is a problem that we're even seeing this week with the impact from Cyclone Fani. Floods prevent kids from being able to play in their neighborhoods, or parents from protecting and providing for their families, often because they don't have enough advance warning. And without consistent, accurate warning systems, people are prone to ignore warnings and be unprepared. That's especially detrimental in areas hit with annual monsoons. That's why, last fall, we shared our work on flood forecasting models that can more accurately predict flood timing, location, and severity. Through a partnership with India's Central Water Commission, we began sending early flood warnings to the phones of users who might be affected. Today, we're thrilled to announce the expansion of our detection and alerting system for the upcoming monsoon season. The expanded area will cover millions of people living along the Ganges and Brahmaputra river areas. Not only are we increasing the area of coverage, but we're also better forecasting where the floods will hit hardest. Through a new version of our public alerts, people can better understand whether they'll be affected so they can protect themselves and their families. Our model simulates water behavior across the floodplain, showing the exact areas that will be affected. We combine thousands of satellite images to create high-resolution elevation maps using a process similar to stereographic imaging to figure out the height of the ground. We then use neural networks to correct the terrain so it's even more accurate, and then we use physics to simulate how flooding will happen. We also collaborate with the government to receive up-to-date stream gauge measurements and send forecasts in real time. We're excited to continue working with partners to increase the accuracy and precision of these models, which we hope will make people safer from flooding all around the world. Research like this is critical. But we also know that AI will have the biggest impact when people from many different backgrounds all come together to develop new solutions to problems they see. That's why the second pillar of our AI for Social Good program is to build the external ecosystem. We want to empower everyone to use AI to solve problems they see in their communities. Last year, we partnered with Google.org to launch the Google AI Impact Challenge. It was a call for nonprofits, social enterprises, and universities to share their ideas for using AI to address societal challenges. We've received applications from 119 countries across 6 continents, representing all kinds of sizes and types of organizations. Today, we're really excited to announce the 20 selected. We even have a few of them with us today. Let's give them a warm welcome. Here's the list of organizations. These organizations are working on some of the world's most meaningful issues. La Fondation Médecins Sans Frontières is using image recognition to help medical staff analyze antimicrobial images in order to prescribe the right antibiotics for bacterial infections. New York University, in partnership with the Fire Department of New York City, is building a model to help speed up emergency response times. This could really improve public health and safety. And Makerere University in Uganda will use AI to create a high-resolution monitoring network to shape public policies for improving air quality. We'll be supporting our 20 grantees in bringing these ideas to life. We're providing $25 million in funding from Google.org, as well as coaching and resources from teams all across Google. Congratulations to all our grantees. As we head into the next decade, I'm really excited about what's to come. There are so many promising avenues for fundamental research. For instance, machine learning models today, typically we can get them to be good at solving individual tasks. But what if they could generalize across thousands of tasks, solving new problems faster, and with just a few examples to learn from? The keys to progress on these kinds of research problems are those most human characteristics: perseverance and ingenuity. As you heard Sundar mention at the start of the day, we're moving from a company that helps you find answers to a company that also helps you get things done. And all the products we showed you today share a single goal: to be helpful. At the same time, we want to ensure that the benefits of technology are felt everywhere, continue to uphold our foundation of user trust, and build a more helpful Google for everyone. To everyone joining us on the live stream, thank you for tuning in. And to everyone here with us in the audience today, welcome to Google I/O 2019. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of I/O.